What's going on, you guys? Let's talk about Marvel's Iron Fist. Kinda random, but Punisher just came out. I have Netflix again, so I figured I would catch up on my Marvel Netflix shows and review Iron Fist, Defenders, and then Punisher, which I haven't even seen yet. So, a lot of work ahead of me. Well, quote-unquote work, but, you know. So let's talk about Iron Fist. I've tried to get this review done a few times now, and I really, as I edit the video, I always feel like this is a really boring video, and I think it's because there's not much to say about Iron Fist. Like, if you try to go in depth, there's really nothing interesting to talk about. It's a pretty average show. Why it got such negative reviews when it first came out, I don't really know. It's just kind of okay, you know what I mean? The acting is good, the fight choreography is good, sound design and music is average, characters are pretty good, there's some twists that you can kind of see coming, it's okay, you know what I mean? Like, that's pretty much Iron Fist. There really isn't much to say about the show. I just don't think it's as bad as a lot of the reviews made it seem. It definitely has some cool mythology with the Iron Fist and Kung Lung, and I really wish we had seen a lot of that stuff. That really is one of the big missed opportunities and really just wasted potential with the show. Is there's a lot of telling and not enough showing when it comes to the place that he trained to become the Iron Fist and become a martial artist. You know, he has his mastery over chi. He has this friend he keeps talking about, and we do get introduced to the friend later in the show. But you know, he comes to find Danny. But like, it's just there's not a lot of the monastery and the training and the martial arts and all that. He tells us a lot of it, and that stuff is cool. But it would have been nice to have some flashbacks, to see some training, that kind of stuff. We get some meditation on a mountain, but it just feels like, I don't want to say low budget, because I know it's a TV show, but it just feels like they didn't want to show that stuff because it would have been expensive, and I don't know. I think that was kind of wasted potential, like I was saying before, but the show overall, aside from like one side character, which is Joy Meacham, I think all the characters are fairly well written, fairly well characterized. Just Joy Meacham is just awful, in my opinion. It's horrible characterization. Really hard to get a grasp on what her real personality is or what she's really like. She's just not well characterized and very inconsistent. Maybe if I rewatched the show, I would get a better grasp of it. I've only seen the show once, but for her character, I didn't like the character, and it's because I couldn't get a grasp on what this character was supposed to be, what they were going for with this character. The last scene with her and Danny's friend from Kung Lung, it makes no sense. It just, I don't know. But one thing this show definitely did very, very well is the hand, which I think we've only seen in, I think we've only seen it in Daredevil Season 2. It might have had a brief appearance in Season 1. It's been a while, but as far as Season 2 goes, I know we saw the hand. They're at their best here, and they're really good in Defenders too, but they're at their best here. They are really intimidating. They feel like a force. They feel like they have presence even when they aren't on screen. You know, when Danny goes to see the Hatchet Men and he's like, you know, I'm dealing with the hand right now, you know, and he's, you know, there's just stuff going on, and they're like, whoa, we want nothing to do with that. Like, we're a badass fucking ninja organization too, but we're not fucking with the hand. No way. You feel their presence and you feel the intimidation, and I really love that. And of course, Madame Gao, the leader of this faction of the Hand, is awesome. Like, she was awesome in Daredevil. Madame Gao, really awesome here. Great dialogue, great acting, great characterization. Love that character. Now, that's one of those things that the Marvel Netflix shows always nail. Even if Iron Fist is the weakest of the Marvel Netflix shows, they always nail the villain. Well, Diamondback, he was okay. I have to, like, kind of maybe rewatch Luke Cage to remember Diamondback. Cottonmouth was cool. And what was Mariah, the new mayor or whatever? She was cool. They were both really good villains. But yeah, Diamondback, not as memorable. But that's a total digression. But yeah, there's really not much else to say. I didn't even really explain what Iron Fist is for people who've never seen it. It's Danny Rand is a boy. Him and his parents are on this flight to China, and their plane crashes, and his parents die, and he's taken into this monastery, which I mentioned before, where he trains to be a martial artist, and he trains all the way up the ranks to be the Iron Fist, the guardian of Kung Lung. He can control his chi, channel it into his fist, it glows yellow, and he can punch through doors, because that's pretty much all he uses it for in the show. No, he does door punching a few times, but there are some legitimately cool moments where this one Hatchet Man tries to hit him in the hand with his axe or his hatchet, whatever. I didn't want to say hatchet too many times and be redundant. But yeah, he hits him with it in the hand. It just breaks on his hand. That was really cool. The first time he uses it to blow down a door is cool. There's this moment towards like the finale where he punches the ground. There's a lot of cool moments, and in Defenders there's some cool moments too, but I feel like he could have used the Iron Fist a little bit more. I mean, I get that he's on like a journey as a character to figure out what he wants to be as the Iron Fist, and does he want to be a weapon for Kung Lung? Does he want to be a protector, this and that? Trying to deal with his repressed anger, things like that. Like, he goes through a lot of like character, not multiple character arcs, it's one character arc, but there's a lot to Danny Rand's character that I could go into, but again, it's not that, it's like, it's interesting when you watch it, for sure, but it's not that interesting to talk about. I liked the early parts of the season where he's trying to prove who he is, and, you know, the characters are like, oh my god, this might actually be Danny, because he's been gone for 15 years, even though they thought he was dead, he actually wasn't, but he has to prove that he's the real person and not just some crazy guy, and I'm glad they didn't drag that out too long. It's only in like the first 3, maybe 4 episodes of the show. Like the first third of the show is focused on that. And there are other characters that are cool, like Harold Meacham. He's a fun character. Yeah, and Ward, he's fine. You know, it's going in depth on these characters. There's just really, it's not that interesting to talk about them. They're cool characters. They have interesting storylines and character arcs, but that's really about it. Yeah, it's just a pretty good show, you know what I mean? Like, I just thought it was fine. Like, I enjoyed it. I think it's the weakest of the Marvel Netflix shows. I still think you should check it out, though, especially if you haven't seen Defenders yet. You pretty much need to watch Iron Fist to understand a lot of Defenders. And Defenders was really cool. I highly recommend that. I'll do a review on it and go more in depth, because that was definitely a fun show that I highly recommend. So, yeah. And it's not like you have to slog through Iron Fist to enjoy Defenders. You know, Iron Fist is fine. Just don't go in expecting it to be as good as some of the other Marvel shows we've had. Just expect it to be a pretty good time. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say. It's like a 7 out of 10. It's above average, you know, or kind of average. It's good. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I have to say, and there really isn't much. Again, I like the philosophies. I like the mythology. I like Danny Rand as a character. I like his love interest. Of course, Claire, the nurse character, is back because she's in all of these shows, even if it's forced. And I think they might be setting her up to be a superhero. That's weird. But yeah, she's cool, I guess. She's fine in the show. It's not too slow. It's not too fast-paced. You know, the pacing is average. Music is average. Fighting is good. Acting is good. Pretty unremarkable, honestly, except for some of the cool mythology and some really cool moments here and there. And some kind of predictable twists, but no, it's a good time, honestly. It's a mixed bag, but I think it's a good time. I think you'll enjoy it if you go in with the right mindset and the right expectations. It's pretty good, and you gotta watch it to watch Defenders, which I think is really good, and there's lawn mowing going on outside, so if you can hear that, I apologize, but the review's almost over, so it doesn't really matter. I would give Iron Fist, though I don't really like ratings, a 7 out of 10. I think it's okay to good. But what do you guys think of Iron Fist? Do you want to see Iron Fist after watching this video? Probably not, honestly, if I had to guess, but I do recommend it. It's pretty good. But yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comments section below. Give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media. Both those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, if you like what you've seen here. Click the little bell to get notifications when my videos go up. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.